Yo, I was talking to this young man, and he said, "Shot, man, you kind of successful. You kind of do some things that other barbers don't do. And I was like, what you mean? I mean, most stuff I do really is basically, I don't do much that another barber don't do. A lot of barbers, they do stuff, other barbers do a lot more than me. He said, but the decisions that you make and the moves you make are different from other barbers. You make moves for the long term. These other barbers, they just make moves for right now. And I said, well, that's kind of interesting that you would see that, because I thought nobody was looking. I just was doing what I do. I ain't think nobody was looking. But he said he noticed, and he was wondering, how I do it and what motivates me. And I told him plain and simple, I looked him dead in his face. And I said, failure. Failure motivates me. I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to fail. So I get up and I do what I feel like I got to do to win. There's a certain, game plan that you got to set. You set the game plan and you execute it. All the while, you stick to your game plan and you execute the plays, It's kind of like a coach telling the player where to go, you know what I mean? On a football field, a coach will put a player, a coach can't get out there and actually play, you know what I mean? Coach can't get out there and play, but a coach set the plays and tell the player where to stand, and when the player get out there, you know where your perimeter is and where you got to move. So I told him flat out, you got a plan, you got plays, run them. You got a plan, execute it, and fear being a driving force. Meanwhile, you got to have a strong foundation as well. Your foundation got to be strong. If you don't have that foundation, then failure soon to come. So just stay hungry. Stay hungry and stay in fear of failure, because if you fear failure, you'll never want to meet them. You'll never want to see it. That's just me, though.